Welcome to the Evolution of Self. I'm your host, Palacios, and this is the Taking Back Your Power podcast. Hello, my beautiful angels, and welcome to another episode of Taking Back Your Power. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe or follow this podcast. Leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoy it. Today, I want to talk about how to bounce back from anything. And I know everyone has different circumstances in life. And when it comes to my advice, take what works for you and leave what doesn't work, right? Everyone has their different experiences. Everyone's going to have different opinions and different ways of going about things. But this is something that's been tried and true for me. And it's definitely something that I teach to a lot of my coaching clients. And bouncing back is the key to life. It's the key to overcoming adversity. It's the key to improving your life. As I always say, you should not build a house in your pain. If you are in a situation in life that you are not happy in, do not build a house where you are at. Do not give up. Do not say, this is it for me. Do not just accept your fate. You have to keep moving forward. And part of moving forward is bouncing back, especially when you fall back on your goals, especially when you fall back on certain behaviors, or maybe you're trying to overcome something and some kind of temptation or something in your life that is holding you hostage and you keep doing it over and over again, right? It could be going back to an ex. It could be, falling off your fitness goals or your health goals or anything really. It can apply to any area of our life, our finances, any of that. The thing is, when we fail at something, or something doesn't work out the way we wanted it to, or we thought it would, or we lose something, right? We lose a job, we lose a home, we lose a relationship. If you build a house in that and you stay there permanently, that's like a death sentence without physically dying. And when you decide to bounce back from things, no matter how many things happen, to get up in the morning, to try again, that is courage. That is self-love. That is self-respect. And it is so hard to do. The way we bounce back is by focusing on the future. We keep our eyes looking forward. We do not look back. What's really important is that you treat each and every day as its own separate lifetime. Take each and every day as a beautiful gift. You woke up in the morning, you have light in your eyes, better be grateful to be alive. It doesn't matter where you wake up as long as you are alive. And as long as you're alive, and as long as you have breath in your lungs and you can do something, your heart is beating, things can change for you. There have been times in my life where I didn't want to get out of bed. There were times in my life where I just felt so hopeless, so negative, so down on myself. I felt so bad about myself. I didn't have confidence. I didn't have drive. I didn't have motivation. It's just like, whatever, it's another day. Another day in this life I'm not happy in. And you may look at me and not think that I would go through times like that. I don't know why no one's exempt from difficulty. But the main thing is to keep moving forward. God wants us to keep moving forward and look at our life and see all the blessings, right? Romans 8:18. It is such a powerful verse. We have no idea of the glory and just the beauty that is waiting for us. So just focusing on that, even if you're not a person of faith, just knowing that things will get better. And I don't have any reassurance for you that things will get better, right? Nobody does, because no one can read the future. I remember I used to go to tarot readers and psychics and things like that to try to see, is this going to get better? Is this going to get better? But no, I decided to just leave it all to God just to see how things would fare, putting one foot in front of the other and moving forward. But nobody really knows what's going to happen. So I can't give you with assurance, yes, things are going to be better. But your mindset and your actions can make things better. And also leaving your life in the hands of God and saying, Lord, take the wheel, right? Jesus, take the wheel. This is something that is such a powerful prayer. And do not say this unless you want your life to radically change. But if you pray, Lord, I surrender to your divine plan. I don't know where my life is headed, but I trust in you 100%. And I give you permission, Lord, please use me. Use me for your greater purpose. And I'm going to tell you, the people who pray that, and if you've prayed this before and you've noticed it, and I've prayed it myself, when you pray that, not only will doors open up for you and your life just radically change from the inside out, and these challenges will come to you, but you will have a renewed sense of purpose. But you will also go through challenges that you never thought you would face and you never thought you would overcome. You will be transformed from the inside out. And even if you're not a religious person, okay, pray this, please pray it and believe it with all your heart. And you will see how this divine guidance, this divine plan will come into your life and radically transform it. In times of difficulty, especially for me, in the times where things maybe didn't go the way I wanted to, where I planned them or I imagined them or I visualized them in my head, I would pray that. And I still pray it to this day because we have to lean on that divine guidance, on that divine momentum that is like waiting to just push you out of your comfort zone, waiting to push you into this new level of your life to serve a greater purpose beyond yourself. And what does this have to do with bouncing back? A lot of times we fall away or we get into bad situations in life because we're leaning too much on our human selves. And one thing I have learned, and one thing that has humbled me incredibly, is to realize I have imperfections. I'm not this powerful demigod. I'm human and I am imperfect. I have free will and I'm going to do things that are not maybe the best for me, but I think that they're the best and they're going to lead to mistakes and all types of things. That's been my humbling moment, that I don't know everything and I don't have the answer to everything in my life. However, that also teaches you to lean even more on God. And so in those moments where it is hard for me to bounce back, it's hard for me to pick up the pieces, I don't know what to do, I pray. And for you, it can be meditation. For you, it can be other things. But for me, it's prayer. And in that prayer, it's like a wind that just picks up behind you. It's like a momentum and it's steering you, it's guiding you. And we all have those moments where something kind of tells us, or our intuition pushes us towards something and we don't even know, there's no logic behind it, but it's just something that's kind of guiding us. That's God at the end of the day. And we can either shut ourselves off from that or we can open up to it. The more you open up to it, the more it's going to come into your life and the more it's going to transform you. So that is the key to bouncing back, is taking your actions, taking your daily actions, your behaviors, your routines, your rhythms, pairing them with a renewed mindset and prayer, giving it to God, asking God to guide you through this. But we have to be able to be disciplined and do the work and want to bounce back. If you don't want to bounce back, you have free will. If you don't want to bounce back, if you kind of want to stay where you are, that's fine. That is the season of life that you are in. If you don't want to do anything, if you don't want to bounce back, there's nothing you want to work through and you're kind of complacent in your life, I'm not judging you. That's your life. That's where you want to be. Of course. But if you want to change, if you want to get out of this rut, if you want to go in the direction that you wish to go into, you're going to have to push forward. You're going to have to get uncomfortable. You are going to have to do what you've never done before in order to get results that you've never had. You can't continue in these cycles that are just tearing you down and putting you on a path that's destroying you and destroying your spirit, destroying your future. You have to make sure that you are doing something good for you and also for your future. Stop looking back. Stop comparing yourself. I think that's the biggest thing. I think we compare ourselves so much. We compare our behind the scenes with other people's highlight reels. And trust me, I have seen a lot when it comes to especially content creators, influencers, I've seen a lot of what happens in there behind the scenes, and a lot of times it doesn't match up with what they're selling you online. You have to be the main character again of your life and focus on you, because nobody's life is perfect, no matter how it looks online, no matter how perfectly curated their feed may be. They choose to show you what they choose to show you. It's not by accident. They choose to show you. I choose to show you. I choose not to show certain things in my life, right? I choose not to show my family. I choose not to show my relationship. I choose not to show a lot because that's personal. That's my behind the scenes. That's sacred, right? Just like people who show you just the highlights and the good stuff. I think it's natural to want to see just positive, and people want to see or show positive aspects. I mean, there's other people on the complete other side of the spectrum who are making a lot of money off of showing their dysfunction and their drama. That's a whole other topic. But what I'm trying to say is you cannot compare. You cannot compare somebody's performance. You cannot compare somebody's highlight reel to what's happening behind you. So stop looking around, even at your friends, even at family, even at people that you know in real life. Don't compare, because everyone has a different situation. And when you own the fact that you have a unique situation and that you have a unique path in life, nobody's path is the exact same. Not even twins will live the exact same life. So I want you to get so focused on your life and say, yesterday is gone. Remember, we treat each day as a different lifetime. Yesterday is gone. Here's today. I'm alive. It's a gift. It's a blessing to be alive. It's a gift to have life. What am I going to do with this day in front of me? What am I going to do differently? Maybe I've been rotting in bed for a couple weeks, right? So tomorrow, I'm actually going to get out of bed and I'm going to do my makeup. I'm going to do my hair. Maybe don't even do that. Maybe just take a shower. Maybe just cut your nails. Maybe just do a skincare routine. Do one thing. And then after you do that, it's creating momentum. It's creating some energy. Then you move on to the next thing. I'm going to make myself a breakfast. I'm not going to just starve, or I'm not just going to live off of coffee or donuts. I'm going to make some scrambled eggs and bacon. And then from there, I'm going to take myself on a walk. I think I really need some sunshine. I'm going to go find those headphones. I'm going to dust them off and I'm going to plug them into my phone. And I'm going to just go for a walk, take things step by step. And then from your walk, you decide what you do. You craft your day. You make your day intentional. And I don't care if you decide to start your day at 3 in the afternoon. Sometimes when we're really in the thick of it, we have to start somewhere. So even if it's at 3 in the afternoon, I want you to get up and wash your face and make breakfast. Start your day, because it's a blessing. And then hopefully at night you go to sleep a little earlier. But of course, take things one step at a time. Be realistic. And through these small little changes, I will beat on this until the day that I die. It's the small little actions that we take each and every day that will make up your entire life. The mundane, the unromantic, the silly stuff that we take for granted, those things make up our lives. And we are constantly ignoring them because we think that these large symbolic gestures are more important than the small menial tasks that we take every day. And it's actually in those small menial tasks that we do every single day that are magical. That's where the magic lies. That's where the change lies. You are not alone. I don't care if you live alone. God is with you. God is with you every step of the way. And even when it feels like God is far away, He's probably closer than ever, because when we feel that life has gotten just so difficult and so hard, that's when God is wanting you even more to come into a relationship with Him. And of course, this can look different for everyone. I believe that comes from Jesus Christ. And for me, that love, that divine love, is like no other. In those times of difficulty, call out to your Heavenly Father and be open and take the focus off of yourself. I think sometimes we think that it's about being so hyper-focused on us, me, I. And God does a beautiful thing where he takes your heart and he puts it externally, either within your family, either within your friends, either into your community, charity work. God does that because he doesn't want you to get hung up on yourself. I think that when we're so hyper focused on ourselves, we can create so many conundrums in our mind about ourselves, and we are second guessing. It's kind of like if I were to sit and stare at a wall for so long, I will start to see every single detail, every single problem with this white wall. There's a little scratch there. I will see every single ding and dent and all of it if I stare at that wall too long. The same thing happens when you focus too much on yourself. The next step to doing all this is making sure that you are looking outside of yourself and you're experiencing the world around you and you're relating to people around you, even if it's just your neighbor, right? Anyone, anything, volunteer work, charity work, all of that into your community, it will give you a renewed sense of purpose. It will give you a renewed sense of life, and you're going to see you are so much more than what you look like, your bank account, followers, all these things. You are so much more than those things. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from this episode, is that you are so much more than your past. You are so much more than what has happened to you. And you can make it through anything. You really can. You will never get to where you want to be if you don't start taking action. And there is a greater purpose in your life right now. There's so much waiting for you. There's so much for you to experience, for you to live. And just takes one step forward in faith, one little action. And I will keep saying that. Like I said, I will keep saying that until the day that I die. One little thing begets a big change. Get into a routine. Do things that you enjoy. Do things that you love. Be around good people. Help other people. Be of service to others. Take the focus so much off of yourself and just move forward. Keep moving forward. Treat each day as its own little lifetime and always look ahead. Don't look back. Look ahead and plan ahead. Get excited for your future and ask yourself, what do I actually want out of my future? What do I want to create? What do I want to happen? And start doing those things now. Start preparing yourself now. Don't put it off into the future. Do that now. Because life and time will move regardless if you're ready. Time will pass, life will pass, so you have to keep moving forward. So that is it for today's episode, my beautiful angels. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've made it to this part, thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I hope you have a fabulous 2025, and I want you to live up to your God-given potential. I want you to use your gifts to become your greatest version and to really, really make this year an incredible year. No matter what happens in the external world, I want you to feel ready to take it on. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with somebody that you think might need it. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much. And always remember this, my beautiful angels, no matter who you may be in this life, no matter what you may be going through or what you look like, always remember your true beauty, your true worth, and your true power always come from within. I love you, and don't forget to join me for another episode of Taking Back Your Power. Bye-bye.